All chapters for Maxum are available on this YouTube channel. Thanks for listening. Chapter 8. Bathroom. "Where's Anna?" Thomas says, a plume red enveloping his face. Dr. Christensen fiddles with the pen in her green scrub pocket, barely acknowledging him. "Anna is just fine. No need to worry." She directs her attention to Jason. "Can I borrow you for a moment?" Jason lets go of Sarah's hand and walks through the door. I look at Sarah. She looks back at me. At least we're on the same page. Both of us have no idea what's going on in Jason's head. He's an entirely different person now. Thomas moves his ears from the door and slumps back into his chair. "It's no use. I can't hear a thing." He puts his hand over his nose, rocking unsteadily. I tap his knee. "It's going to be okay." It's the best I can muster, not having any idea what's going on either. Thomas moves his head back and forth. Jason steps back inside a moment later. He looks at us as if debating what to say. "Well?" Thomas raises his eyebrow. "They told me not to say anything." Jason bites his lip. Thomas raises his eyebrows further. "But," Jason looks behind him as he lowers his voice, "Anna didn't pass the adrenaline test." Thomas's hands ball into fists. "What?" Hey, Jason gestures for him to sit back down. "They decided they're going to let her retest. She must have had too much adrenaline in her system when they started. I could imagine she was scared when she saw my crash scene." Thomas's deep breathing fills the room. He's not going to sleep tonight. If I were in the same situation, well, I almost was, waiting for Sarah, I'd be losing my mind right now. I roll two of the chairs together to prepare a makeshift bed. I do the same for Thomas, but he doesn't even try to get comfortable. I don't remember nodding off, but I wake up startled. My sleep was plagued by a dream of little hands creeping into my skull. The rest of my friends are still fast asleep. Even Thomas is slumped to one side of the recliner, a dab of drool escaping his mouth, but his jaw still looks so tight. Poor guy. I steal a glance at Sarah, sleeping there so peacefully on the couch. I shouldn't have looked. It only makes my mind ache more. I'm back to square one, tapping my foot while she and Jason kiss just outside the car, grabbing my food just so I can get away from them dancing. I want to stop this relentless cycle of longing. I take another glance. Her rose-colored socks poke out from under her blanket, the same color she wore one night we played footsies. Flashback, 1 year ago. She came over to study and plopped down across from me, her head against the frame of my bed. We pulled open our laptops and worked on an English assignment, but we locked eyes. Her foot bumped mine. I nudged her back. We stared at each other again. It was an all-out footsies war after that. She pushed my feet so hard that my whole body came against the closet door. I tried to push back, but she was stronger than I thought. The closet door snapped at the hinge, and a mountain of laundry and crusty Tupperware containers fell to the floor. "I see you cleaned up before I got here." Sarah closed one eye and opened it. "You know what that means?" "What?" I chuckled, trying to read her expression. "Sorry, never mind." She shook her head. "I wish she and Jason never got together. I shouldn't wish like that." Now sleepless, I sit up. It's near morning based on the Maxum clock, and I need to find a bathroom. I stumble over Jason's shoes on the way out. They weren't by the door earlier. I'm certain of it. Jason is different than he was at Merrifield. It's like I don't know him anymore. Maybe Sarah doesn't either. I put Jason's shoes back in a neat line and unlatch the door. A hushed click follows, and I slip into the hallway. If Jason has full freedom, so should I. Every room down the hallway is dark except for a single light at the far end. It has to be Anna's. I walk closer, peering through the operatory window. My view is obscured, blocked by a billowing white curtain. I reach for the doorknob. I can get an answer for Thomas, one that he deserves. It's locked. "Hello?" A voice calls from the darkness. I immediately pull back from the door, placing my hands at my side. "Oh, sorry, I was just trying to find my heart flutters. A bathroom." What am I thinking, lying when I'm caught in the act? An older man steps into the window light, a limp in his step. There's a warm glow in his twinkling eyes, a cherry grin spread across his face despite the late hour. His hair is cut short with streaks of gray. His attire is off-putting, with loose pajamas and reptilian leather moccasins. "Now, why would you be sorry?" I feel like a child again, caught with my hand in Grandma's cookie jar. "I was about to go in there? And what's the problem with that?" "They said we couldn't." I can't tell if the man is being serious or playing with me. These people seem to enjoy testing without consent. But this man isn't dressed like a scientist at all. "Who told you not to go in?" The man tucks a pendant in his garment. Dr. Christensen?" I look at him skeptically. Oh, what a sweet lady. She's a bit strict sometimes, isn't she? The man rubs his right eye. With a deft twist, he unlocks the door and goes inside. I hesitate for a moment. This has to be another test. The old man peeks his head out. Well, are you coming or not? I shrug, pulling the door closed behind me and walking behind the curtain. I jump when I see Anna lying on the operatory table, an intricate network of electrodes running from her scalp. The cables connect to a myriad of monitors that line the room, displaying EEG and heart waves on various screens. Even after all she's been through, she's beautiful, with her crimped red-brown hair complementing her fake eyelashes, her porcelain-smooth face with only smile lines as indents. A lot of guys like her kind of pretty, but I prefer Sarah's. So this must be your girlfriend? The man moves to stand behind her, jostling a computer awake. No, my friend Thomas is actually, I say, moving carefully between the cords that web across the floor. I'm afraid if I step on one, Anna's pulse might flatline. Really? Not the girlfriend? The old man looks at me in confusion, and then back at the monitor. I try to piece together the numbers and letters that fly across the screens. Celadon health, AI manipulation, none of it makes sense. What's happening to her now? Not sure, but maybe Cindy can tell us. He taps a button on the side of the computer, and a hologram of Cindy materializes next to us, dressed in white. She looks less intimidating than when we first met. Cindy, this young man would like to know how his... He looks at me with an eyebrow raised. His friend is doing.
Yes, sir. She has a passing score of 60 on her second test. We are about to perform the surgery.
Thank you, Cindy. The old man clicks the white button again, and Cindy fades back into the screen. Not sure if that's what you wanted to hear. Oh, no, yes, thank you, I stutter. I can finally bring Thomas some relief now. His face will probably look like a kid riding a carousel for the first time. Is there anything else you'd like to see? The old man hits the power button on the side of the computer. No, thank you. I follow him out of the room, the man's crocodile moccasins squeaking with each step. I like your shoes, by the way. The old man's eyes crinkle as he smiles. Killed the crocodile myself. Back in the day, of course. Nasty creatures of the swamps in Onaby. The man looks down and I move my foot into the dark. I'm still wearing my tattered shoes, hand-me-downs that Damien used to wear. He always had bigger feet than me, but after my dad died, we had to keep money tight. Well, off to bed with you. I'm sure you're exhausted. The man waves with his back turned to me. I make my way to the bathroom, still shaking my head at the odd old man. After going, I squirt soap onto my hands and turn on the faucet. Water comes out, followed by a blue light. It flashes a few times, and my instinct is to move my hands away.
You are germ-free,
An AI voice says somewhere from the sink. The bathroom door automatically swings open, and I step back into the hall. What are you doing? A hushed tone splits the silence. This time one I know. My eyes adjust to the dark. You scared me. I saw you leave, and I wanted to talk. Sarah rests her hand gently on my arm. I just wanted to thank you. What for exactly? My voice cracks. I had no idea Sarah was thinking about me too. You were a perfect friend to me last night. I needed someone to be with, and you were that person. It just meant a lot to me. Friends. That's what we were, that's what we are, that's what we'll always be. No, yeah, of course. I appreciated having you there too. She starts walking toward the waiting room, but then turns around. Also? She shakes her head. Never mind. She says it like the time we played footsies. What? I say. She looks down and back up at me. When we were talking in the room about reasons we decided to come, I realized, when I was talking to Cindy, she looks away, that you were one of the reasons I came, and after getting here, that maybe you're my closest friend after all. She kisses my cheek and runs back into the waiting room. It takes me a second to register what just happened. I can't wipe the giddy smile that's come on my face. I walk back into the bathroom to regain composure before I see Jason. I can't let him think something happened between us. Well, nothing happened between us, but it feels like everything happened between us at the same time. That's how it always is with Sarah.
You are germ-free,
The mechanical voice repeats as I exit the bathroom. I think I made the right choice in coming. Maybe something could still happen between Sarah and me. I open the waiting room door. Thomas pauses mid-bite of a biscuit. Where were you? Better question, what's with all the blue stuff on your food? I move the attention away from me, the thought of Sarah's kiss resurfacing in my mind. I practically have to hold my lips together to keep from smiling again. No idea, but I like it. Thomas looks over at Jason for an explanation. It's blue jam that comes from a plumeberry. Jason points with his fork, oblivious to the way Sarah smiles at me. I take a seat by my breakfast tray. I have news about Anna. Thomas has a right to know. I would have wanted to know if it was Sarah. Serious? What's the news? Anna made it through the test. Whoa, wait, how do you know? Thomas's face brightens. The carousel ride just began. Some guy told me in the hall, I say, omitting the part about going into the operatory room, or about meeting Sarah. I'm not sure how Jason would react to either. Thanks for figuring that out. I guess we gotta be best friends now that you did something for me. Thomas ruffles my hair. Yeah, I guess so, I say, taking a bite of my food. I didn't realize how starving I was until I taste the biscuit. It has a familiar dry texture, but the blue jam on top has a perfect lemony complement. The door swings open. Anna! Thomas runs to hug her, swinging her in a circle. Thomas! Anna kisses him. It's selfish of me, but I wish Sarah greeted me that way when I first arrived. Oh my goodness. Sarah, I'm so glad you're here. And Jason, what a relief. Anna runs up and hugs Sarah. I didn't know they were that good of friends. And judging by Sarah's face, it doesn't look like she knew either. Anna looks at me and waves. Hey, Zach. Hey, I nod back. I can't even remember the last time we talked. That's everyone. Dr. Christensen comes in carrying backpacks that are shaped in perfect ovals. The president would like to have a word with you, Zach. Then you can be on your way. I've placed your human clothes in these bags. Thanks again for your patience. I choke on a portion of my biscuit. Why does the president want to talk with me? Sorry, he didn't say. Good luck to all of you. She closes the door behind her. I look at Jason for clarification. He shrugs in return. Someone's in trouble. Thomas rubs his hands together jokingly. I thought we were friends, I laugh hesitantly. So, how long have you guys been waiting? Anna says. We all laugh. Was it really that long? Anna puts a hand on her hip. No, it wasn't that bad. Thomas pulls her to his side. Yeah, we weren't waiting that long, Jason says. We should get out of here. Zach, you ready to go? I'm not ready, but I stand up slowly. What about us? Thomas says. Just stay here. Hopefully it's quick, Jason says, ushering me through the door. Why would the president want to talk to me? I say, following Jason down the operatory hall. I was going to ask you the same thing. Jason walks briskly up the stairs. I try to slow the pace. I kind of snuck out and tried to break into Anna's room. Oh, I see, Jason nods nervously. They're pretty strict about rule keeping here. I hope the president is in a good mood today. He's not just the president of HIO, he literally runs the Maxum Society, like the president of our world, if you get my drift. Dang, that's comforting. I gulp, looking down at Jason's shoes, remembering I wasn't the only one out and about. Where were you last night? I was helping Dr. Christensen with an errand. That late? Yeah, it was just a delivery we had to handle. Jason grabs a stair rail and moves himself up a step. Our footsteps echo between us. Jason rarely keeps things from me. Then again, he kept this entire world a secret, but it wasn't like I was entirely honest. If he saw Sarah and me in the hall, then we'd be having a much more heated conversation right now. In fact, we probably wouldn't even be walking together, for that matter. As we reach the top of the stairs, two guards appear, automatic weapons hitched to their sides. The sun's glare from a high window reflects off the golden hues of their armor. Even if I stood on my tippy toes, I still wouldn't be able to see out of the window. Identification, please, one guard says through his covered visor. Jason shuffles in his pockets. He retrieves a flat circular disc that looks like a donut-shaped smartphone. A hologram projects above it, a pixelated cube, like a QR code in 3 dimensions. The guard scans it with a blue laser and steps to the side. Proceed. What's the thing you just used? I whisper as we pass through the security checkpoint. We're heading toward a steel door at the end of the hall. Oh, we call this a holodisc. Jason hands it to me. We use it for talking with people, messaging. It's like a smartphone. Holo, the company that makes it, is a big business here. What about the hologram it projected? I try to tap the holodisc awake, but the screen remains black. It's called our manipulation code, MC for short. It's our license to manipulate, but we also use it as a social security card. The Premier checks our code from time to time. That was a Premier guard? I look back. No, those are just bodyguards for when the president comes to HIO. If the Premier knew about this place, we'd be screwed, since our whole operation of turning humans into Maxums is illegal. Who runs the Premier? Minimum Affairs. They make the laws about human interaction, and they enforce them as well. Jason stops and knocks on the steel door. Well, good luck in there. I can hear someone moving toward us on the other side. My legs shake.